Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Today we are going to decap some fuel injectors. I got some orders on the website. Today we are going to be decapping some fuel injectors, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more with the decaps. I know I went over some of this stuff in previous videos, but it's kind of nice to make a new updated video every now and again, just because I may add in some new stuff into the video, etc. Got the B20V EK ripping pretty good. Yesterday I kind of tidied up all the loose ends with it, like the axle seal leak and just some other little things. But this thing is doing frickin' mint. Can't express how happy I am with this build so far. Even on 6 pounds, this thing tears ass. I did want to clarify with some of you guys that I'm not here starting shit or talking shit or anything like that. I mean, if you guys have watched my videos for a while, I love PFI Speed and Brent and all the guys at Boosted Boys, etc. I mean, they all do awesome work and what have you. I just don't have a personal dyno of my own that I can use and play around with all these mathematics and numbers and etc. I'm not a numbers type of guy. I'm a real world kind of guy where, you know, I build something and then I go test it and see how it does at the track, because that's really the only thing I have available to me. I would like to get a dyno and be like PFI Speed one day and, you know, actually be able to test a lot of this stuff in the real world. I just have a lot of tuner friends that have dynos that I talk to, and, you know, they're filling my ear with one thing, saying, holy fuck, there's no way that car made that power. You can't ever make that power on that kind of boost, etc. So, I mean, I just kind of thought I'd talk about some of the stuff with you guys and what was going through my head. Obviously, I overthink a lot of stuff, and, you know, that's just how I am. I deal with anxiety on a daily basis, and I've been trying to cope with it with medicine and all that kind of stuff. If you guys are a follower of the channel, you know all this stuff, but, you know, I'm not out here trying to start shit or start drama or anything like that. I'm literally just out here trying to learn and, you know, just kind of share information with you guys as much as I can. I just know that a similar setup, something like this, with this size turbo and compression ratio and everything, a lot of people were like, oh, the compression ratio is higher on Jeremy's build. This car has the same exact pistons as did my build before this. I had the same exact pistons and everything. And usually these motors, on motor, without a turbo or anything, make anywhere from 2 to 240, depending on the dyno and the situation of the day and all that kind of stuff. So with a turbo that makes anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds, 20 to 30 horsepower per pound of boost on 8 pounds, I mean, it would yield you somewhere around 400 horsepower. I talked to Brent from PFI Speed, and, you know, their dyno does have some compensation added into it. Let's just keep on keeping on, guys, and well, let's get to flowing some injectors here. This is a stock flex fuel one I have to decap, and I'm going to be actually showing you guys how to decap a flex fuel injector. Pretty much the easiest way is just to take this bottom O-ring off. This is how they come factory, like out of a Chevy truck. So we'll take that bottom O-ring off of there, throw that there, and then it's got this little cap deal here. So we're going to take the cap off and pop this guy off with like a screwdriver or something like that, or even like a pliers here. So I'm just going to try to bust this cap off of here. Just like that. That exposes the cap that we're going to actually grind off of here. That little black cap just kind of holds in the O-ring. But anyways, now I'm going to take it to the bench grinder quick. And we're going to grind on the outer edge of the injector on the bottom here, and we're going to release the cap. So this is what the cap looks like currently. It's got 4 little holes right there. And now that is what it's looking like when it's decapped. And then this little guy is the cap that comes off. Guys, so I figured I would show you a quick comparison between a stock flex fuel injector and a decapped HunterTuned flex fuel injector. So this is my little flow bench here. And I'm just going to kind of turn it on quick and show you the comparison. I just have injectors hooked up in these two graduated cylinders here, but I'm going to turn them both on. The one on the left is the stock one, and then the right one is a decapped flex fuel. So we're going to turn this guy on. It's got a fuel pump. So we'll hear the fuel pump prime there, and then we'll turn this guy on. And it'll start to fill up. As you can see, this guy's running away pretty fast. This guy's kind of just trickling here. We'll turn her off. And as you can see, the injector on the left flows considerably less than the one on the right. So I'm just going to flow some injectors here, get a couple match sets so I can sell them on the website, HunterTuned.com. And we can pick back up after I get some more injectors flowed. So now that the injectors are all flowed, I got quite a few sets flowed, but I have to get more flex fuel injectors. I actually have orders on the website that I can't fill at the moment. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll be able to get them flowed. So if any of you have ordered the flex fuel injectors, I apologize. I ran out. So I did not expect to run out, but I did, and I plan on getting more tomorrow, like I said. My buddy actually works at a local junkyard up here, and he pulls them off for me. So I'm gonna be waiting for him, and hopefully he'll be flowing some for me. But we do got a bunch of normal style truck injectors here all ready to go. The only time I don't really recommend the normal style injectors for like a B series, because a lot of times on the normal style you gotta grind the intake, but on a single cam they work amazing. So like a Y8 or a Z6, they're pretty easy to install in there, but the flex fuel ones are literally like the same height as stock, so they're a lot easier to put into pretty much anything. Anyways, I did put a boost controller on my hatch because I want to see how this thing feels on like 8 or 10 pounds of boost, and I want to see how much power I think it's gaining just from a butt dyno. I want to see kind of how much this thing picks up with only a few pounds of boost. I want to see if we can maybe bust third loose, just rolling on it on like 8 or 10 pounds. But I did have like a bleed valve down here. I just installed that in line with the wastegate line going to the bottom. This is just a temporary deal until I get my Honda. They just shipped it today. It kind of sucks. I ordered it like last Wednesday, but oh well, it is shipped, so it's on its way. I also have a few turbos that shipped out today, so anybody who ordered a turbo from me, I know Bad Luck Garage is getting one, so can't wait to see that thing making some boost on the old C10 pickup truck of Bad Luck Garage. Go check out his channel. He's got a badass truck. And then I got a couple of these GT3582s that I sold. You guys can hit me up with email, or email is probably the best. But I do sell these turbos as well. These are like the VS Racing GTX 3582. You can get them in journal bearing or ball bearing, and a bunch of other sizes in between. So if you guys don't want a GT35, you can get like a GT30 or a GT28 or whatever you need. I got you hooked up, so just hit me up, and we can get you set up with a turbo if you need one, as well as big V8 stuff too. I mean, the VS Racing 7875 is a good one. It's pretty much the same thing I got on my Mustang, and he sells all the way up to like a 90 mil or bigger. He sells huge turbos. So I am a dealer for VS Racing now, so you guys can hit me up with all your turbo needs. I may be throwing them on the website as well, so I don't know. That's something maybe I'm going to plan in the future, to throw a couple of these turbos on the website so they're easier for you guys to order. But anyways, so back to the Civic here. I'm going to get my laptop in the car, so we're going to bring it with and make sure everything's good to go. I got a few spots cruising that's kind of lean yet. I'm just not really bothering tuning it a whole lot because, like I said, I'm waiting on my Honda and some other things. I can't wait to show you guys what else is coming. The other thing that's coming is going to be here Wednesday, so I'm super excited to show you guys what those are. And yeah, so like I said, I'm just kind of doing this temporary. I got the timing set like 4 degrees retarded on base, just to keep this freaking thing safe until I get Honda and can make sure everything's all Gucci bandana, or mint. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Let's go for a rip in this thing and see if we can get the boost up at all. Also, I keep interrupting myself. Anyways, I also pulled the wastegate off to install the top line. So like the wastegate here has a bottom port that goes off to the boost pipe and gets a boost reference into it to open the gate at a certain PSI, and then also has a port on the top. I installed the top port as well because when I do get the HON data, I'm going to be utilizing both ports on the wastegate for using the different style boost control. So I'll show you guys all that when I get it all in the mail, but I just got the T, or the bleed valve in there now. But the wastegate actually came loose. So like the valve that's inside of there has like little set screws that hold the diaphragm to the valve, and those set screws actually came loose. So I had to take it apart and I retightened them, and hopefully they won't come apart again, but that sucks. I haven't had any issues with these Speed Daddy wastegates, but that's the first issue that I've seen so far. I mean, it is a $40 wastegate, but it works good still, and it didn't like over boost or anything like that. It just didn't make as much boost. We did a pull yesterday, and I did a pull, and I'm like, did that feel all right, Michael? And he's like, it felt a little slower, and it's because the gate was opening. The shit was loose inside the wastegate, and I don't think it was building as much boost. So it was opening at an earlier time than it should have because the diaphragm and the valve weren't connected properly. So that's all good now. Hopefully we'll see 6 to 7 pounds on the gate, and then with the boost controller, I want to see if we can hit 10. Okay, so I'm out driving this thing, and figured I was kind of bored tonight, so I figured I would bring a laptop with and kind of clean up the tune a little more. I know I'm getting HON data, but oh well, I'm just playing around with Chrome a little bit more. And you can see I got a cruise in right at 14.7 here, driving around freaking awesome. And when you're tuning with Chrome, guys, I know you can't see me because it's dark, but when you're tuning with Chrome, and you don't have like a hue log or a data logger of any sort, you can still tune the map, but you just kind of have to have like a boost gauge or a vacuum gauge and verify like, hey, okay, we're at like 18 inches of vacuum right here at 2500 RPM. And then you go to the map and you go to 18 inches of vacuum and 2500 RPM. And you adjust the cells accordingly to whatever matches the boost gauge to RPM, because Chrome is actually vacuum versus RPM tables, so you can tune that way. I know it's kind of ghetto, but I've tuned cars completely by doing just that. It's better to have a data logger. I just don't have a hue log anymore. I lost it, so I've been tuning on Chrome like this for quite some time. I guess I'm kind of just used to tuning with junk, so it'll be nice when I get the HON data. But anyways, we're gonna throw the or I should say, we're going to give her some berries here in a minute, and we're gonna see where we're at boost wise, and see if the wastegate's holding 6, how it's been, 5 or 6 pounds of boost, and make sure that the boost controller isn't making any more boost just plugged in, which it shouldn't be because it's just a dial. But I'm gonna give her a lick in 3rd gear here as soon as I make sure this car is not a cop. Out here in Mexico, the cops can be kind of strict. Oh, look at that. It is a cop. Good eye, Hunter. Good eye. You got a good eye. I know where they're at. You know, when you're close to the border like this. Alright, so cop is off to the donut shop, going to get his nightly coffee. So we're going to give her a lick in 3rd quick and see where the boost is at. I'm going to try to get the boost gauge on camera. Alright guys, we are on 5 pounds of boost. So I'm going to pull over here and turn the boost controller a click or two and see if we can get some more boost out of this thing. Alright guys, so I just turned the boost controller a little bit, and I did just a quick throttle in 4th to see where it was, and it looks like we're right around 8 pounds of boost. So I'm going to give this thing a hit in 3rd gear and we'll see how this thing feels. That pull there, I actually stayed in it a little bit, and it ended up hitting the boost cut. I have a boost cut on this thing set at 8 pounds. I totally forgot about that. So we're gonna have to turn the boost cut off or turn it up a little so it doesn't cut on us like that. It's just a safety feature so you don't over boost the engine. It's in Chrome here under boost settings. You can do safety, boost limit, cold boost, and warm boost. So like I said, we're gonna turn this guy up to as high as it'll go, which is like 11 on the stock map sensor. And I'm going to turn off the enable safety boost limit on check engine light. So the safety boost limit. Okay, so how this works is it has like a safety boost limit here. There's safety boost is at -3 or -4 pounds. So if it shows 7 or 8 pounds of boost, I think it's going to throw the check engine light like it just did. And then it'll like be all in shitty limp mode or something. So I just turned the safety boost limit. I'm going to turn that to like, I don't know, 0. Can we just 0 that out? Safety boost limit. Yeah, we can just set that at 0. And then I turned off the enable safety boost on check engine light thing here. So there we go. Hopefully we won't hit none of those parameters anymore, and we can actually do a pull. Alright, so I'm going to stab it here, 3rd gear. Hopefully we don't hit the boost cut. Wow, holy shit, man, that really woke up. Wow, I can't even like pay attention to how fast it is because I'm watching the gauges and shit. That was like a high 11 air-fuel ratio. It was actually, that was like 7 pounds, 8 pounds. And wow, that was like noticeable, like hella noticeable. Well, I found out why the car was running like shit and it wouldn't let me go past like 6,500. It was actually sucking air through the fuel tank because the fucking thing's out of gas. This seems to always happen to me. I should just keep my cars full. Probably a good idea. So I'm at the gas station. I barely made it here, but I made it. And I'm going to fill this thing up with some corn juices, and we will try this again and see if it works. Alright guys, so I got a full tank of gas in the car now, and I've done a couple pulls, and everything seems like it's good. Imagine that. When the car has fuel, it works. I'm going to try to hold the camera here and the steering wheel simultaneously. Wow! This thing's dipping. This thing is dipping. It's on like 7 or 8 pounds now. Alright guys, I made it home, and car seems to be running really good still, but the only issue is it still pops that check engine light like mid-pull, or like if I bang a gear really quick or something like that. And I checked the engine light afterwards, and it's code 68, and code 68 usually means like the chipping or the soldering on the ECU is bad, but I'm kind of narrowing it down to the ostrich that I'm using, because the ostrich cable that hooks up into the laptop and then allows you to real-time tune with Chrome. I had to like grind it down so it fit the socket, or the type of socket I was using on the computer. And I think the pins might be a little loose inside the connector there. And I've honestly had to replace my ribbon cable like, I don't know, a dozen times in the last like 8 years. So I think that's going out a little bit. So probably gonna have to replace that soon for doing other people's cars, but a lot of this stuff is going to be alleviated when I get the Honda data in the mail, and none of this bullshit chrome stuff is going to have any issues anymore, because obviously the car will be on Honda, which is way more better. But I did beat on it really hard tonight. Oh yeah, I beat on it really hard. But everything else seems great. So nothing's leaking still. I'm really hoping this motor stays leak free. It's kind of hard sometimes to make a Honda like completely leak free for like a year straight of constant abuse. But I'm hoping at the end of the drag season here, if this thing doesn't like shit its brains out all over, that it's still leak free. Nothing in the overflow? Fucking mint. Now, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be doing something in the next couple days, I'm sure, but I can't really do anything else with the car, at least until my Honda gets here. And also, I can't do anything because the weather is turning to absolute shit. We're supposed to get like 6 to 12 inches of snow tonight, which I thought winter was over, but I guess not. So anyways, sorry about all the drama, guys. I didn't mean to cause anybody to get butthurt, etc. This was just me talking to the camera, and, you know, just trying to speak what I thought of the situation. And, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I ended up pissing people off, and I apologize if I pissed you off. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just a guy out here trying to learn some more stuff with these cars, and I'm constantly learning and constantly tuning, and a good tuner will never know everything. You always remember that. A good tuner is always learning and learning new things, so that's what I'm going to continue to do and try to share it all with you guys, and I hope you all understand. But anyways, we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.